Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen. Today we're going to do a video on ear cleaning. It is a skill that once again can be difficult to master, but is very helpful to learn how to do, especially in the event that your cat needs to have ear medication and cleaner. So getting them used to the handling for having their ears cleaned before it is a requirement can be something that helps you both in your future relationship. So I'm gonna do it with Douglas. I put on a nice gray shirt for you guys so that you can see him hopefully really well. And I'm gonna go through a few things before I go and get him so that he doesn't have to wait around while I'm discussing stuff. So the big thing about cleaning your cat's ears is what you see on the outside is just a small amount of the material. If we think about the fact that the ear canal is quite long and it has a couple of turns in it, you can't really adequately see down into the ear canal without special tools, which is what we do when your pet comes to the office. So you need to get not just the stuff that's on the outside, on the ear flap that you can see, but the stuff that's down in the canal, because that's typically where inflammation and infection brews. So what you want to do is you want to get the solution into that ear canal, and we want to massage the ear canal well so that we get sort of a squishing sound that sounds like this, and I'll show you, hopefully you can hear it when I do it with Douglas, but it's basically like, so you know that it's touching the surfaces. And then we want them to usually shake their head so that all the material comes out, and then you just wipe away anything that you can visibly see with a cotton ball or a piece of gauze or a comfortable dry cloth. We don't want to put Q-tips into the ear canal. That is something that is considered a risk for trauma and discomfort. So it's basically just using the solution to flush out all of the material and the debris that's down in the canal where you can't see it, and then wiping it away from there. So there's multiple different ear cleaners that you can get. Some of them, I will say, they're made specifically for certain treatments, and they're often made more with dogs in mind. And so some of them are very odorous. Some of them also have things that help dry the ear canal out, and that might be necessary for animals that have disease already present. But it's probably not necessary for a cat with a healthy ear or with just sort of minor earwax, and they're probably going to be a lot less tolerant of a product like that because it's very stinky, it's kind of sticky, and it's a little bit harder to use, and they do sometimes leave a bit of a residue because of what they do. So one of the ones that I prefer is the Duoxo auricular solution. It is nice because it's very gentle. It doesn't have a lot in it that is acidic or will bother the ear. Some of the ones that are made for yeast or bacteria prevention will have quite a drying effect, and it can make the ear a little bit red, or it can actually dry the skin because of the way that it has to work to do its job. So this one is very gentle. It smells pretty good, and it's usually well tolerated. If you are buying a ear cleaner, you usually just use the bottle itself to put the medication, or sorry, the cleaner in the ear canal. If we do it at the hospital, we will usually fill a syringe and then use that so that we're not contaminating our bottle. And you may find that using a syringe is helpful for you. You may have better control over the amount that you're putting in. You may also just find it easier to handle than the big bottle. And so if you want to try that, I strongly recommend it. Okay, so that's the information about the product itself. If you want recommendations, talk to your vet about what they suggest for your specific cat. Some ear cleaners are not considered safe to put in an ear canal if the doctor hasn't confirmed that the eardrum is intact. So we want to make sure that if you feel like your cat has ear disease, or you've been told it has ear disease, that you're checking in with your medical professional before you're using a product on your cat. Okay, so I'm going to go get Douglas for you.